Hi, everybody. I am Laura Ashley Abraham,
And I am Connie Smuck.
and together we are the Michigan Medium Angels. And you know what? It's so interesting because it's not showing me on the screen where it goes back and forth normally. Anyways,
You're right.
yeah, I know. We're going to do something really fun for you guys, we decided. And we've been talking about this. We want to start helping deliver messages for you guys like throughout the week, but also doing an overall reading for you to see what the energy of the week is going to provide. So we're going to start releasing those on Mondays. When you see this, it's going to be Tuesday. We got a little bit behind, but that's okay. And because we have readings, we have lots of fun stuff going on right now. So we're going to pull some cards. Connie's going to do some, I'm going to do some, and we're just going to see what comes up. We want to just give you an overall of what your week looks like. So go ahead, Tinkerbell, you want to start?
No, that's awesome. I know, and I'm super excited, and we're super excited to do this because people ask us all the time, like, what do you think's coming up? What's happening? And everybody's feeling a little funky right now.
Yeah.
And they're feeling anxious because it's starting to get nice outside and they feel like they should be doing something. They don't know what they want to be doing. So this will be a good way to reach so many people on a larger scale instead of trying to, do the single individual readings. We're also going to start releasing too, the zodiac, like different ones for each zodiac, which I'm going to be doing those shortly. So start looking out for those two. I know I did Aries, but I'm going to work on the rest of them too after that. And then basically what I've been feeling is what's been happening. We've both been feeling this because we've talked about this, is the energies, what they are now is more about getting rid of the old and what no longer serves you. Some people are having a hard time with that and they're struggling, but what these energies in this year in 2021 are forcing, it's almost coming up like this, where it's just forcing things to be shaken up so it can, so people can release what no longer serves them. That's what's happening. Truths are coming out. People are seeing the real truths about people or relationships or careers about, and I mean truths can mean truths about your own truth about it. Truth can be about what's really happening and what's really going on underneath the surface. So there's a lot that is boiling up and coming to the surface. It's really going to start in April. May and June are going to be 3 significant months is what my guides keep saying. Especially April is going to start. It already actually started. Yeah. Believe it or not, March was a really significant month. The spring equinox is actually bringing up a lot too for all of us to kind of pull up and get rid of. Think of pulling weeds. Think of this spring, and I just got chills on that. People are going to be pulling weeds, pulling out all the weeds in their life, the weeds in their relationship, the weeds in their work, their career, because what's going to happen is towards those April, May, June, you're going to start those seeds that you're planting. The seeds that you're planting in the springtime are going to start to come to fruition. A lot of you have been working really hard on certain things, and we feel that this is going to be a time of, they're bringing forward like ambition. The things that are motivating to people are now going to start to take off. You're going to start to get almost like a new, what's the word? Not energy, a new perspective.
It's almost like a foundation too. I feel like there's like a lot of foundational work that's happening. So you're pulling that stuff out and you're shifting, you're moving, and it's like new growth is coming up.
New growth.
Yeah. Yes.
That's it. That's the word I was looking for. New growth. Thank you. I couldn't think of it. Yay!
That's why we work so well together.
2 are better than 1 for sure. There we go. Right? Yeah. Very good. Yeah. So that's what I think as far as energetically for an overview without doing the cards, that's what it seems like is going on. There's a lot of shifts taking place. Lots and lots and lots of shifts. So if you are really feeling like something isn't working in your life, take a look at that. And you know what? If you're feeling stuck and you don't know what to do or you don't know what it is, we have our 8-week transformational program coming up here in April too, April 12th. That's super exciting. Everyone, so far, we've gotten a lot of great feedback on that. People who were stuck got unstuck. People who were wanting to manifest money were basically manifesting money like crazy. Some people got new careers, new jobs, new romance. You
Mhm,
know,
mhm.
I can even say it even happened to me. So very unexpectedly and quickly, but you know what? It's what happens. So there you go. And because we were doing the program, technically we're putting it on. We're still doing all of the techniques because we do them with you guys. So it really works. So okay. So speaking of romance, why don't we start with this week coming up for people's romance? What do you think?
Yes.
Ooh la la. All right, here we go.
And real quick too, we
Yeah.
are going to be doing a Facebook Live on April 1st. So if anybody's interested in getting free readings, we do that, and we will be delivering messages that day and explaining and going into more detail about what is going to be coming up too. Because the energies, like Tinkerbell said, and I call her Tinkerbell for anybody who doesn't know, it there's a lot of relationship stuff is what I keep hearing and feeling as well. A lot of relationships, looking at
Mm,
how does this work for you right now? How is this gonna continue to go forward? And what is it that you want, or can this relationship work, whether it's job, again, career, life purpose, what shifts need to be made to make it so that it's going to work for you. So that is a lot of the energy that keeps coming up. And they were bringing forward transition. So I know a lot of people are having relationship, and I keep hearing relationships over and over
mhm,
too,
mhm.
because what
Huge.
used to work isn't working anymore. And the other thing too is this is like a significant year in like 10-year time frames. I know last year with what we went through, but we were kind of all stuck with everything that happened. And now this year it's really starting to shift, and you're like, okay, we kind of were getting through all of that, but now what? Now what do we need going forward? What's gonna make me happy? What's gonna really excite me and fulfill my life? And where do I need to shift and change? Or what is it that I would like to bring in? So go ahead, Tink, and then I'm going to pull some cards. You go ahead, pull some
No,
cards.
that's perfect, honey. And thank you for that, because actually it's the spring equinox, and because it is still the next couple of days, you still have the energy of that. And it's really high heightened energy.
Yeah.
Great for manifesting, especially springtime. Spring is for planting your seeds. Okay. Literally, metaphorically and physically, you're planting your seeds right now. So what is it you want to plant in your life? Make your list. Now's a great time to focus on that, not your fears, not what you don't want, not your what ifs. What do you want?
Mhm.
It really does work. We are
Yeah.
total, what do you call it?
Manifestors. That's all.
Manifestors. We are great
Manifestors.
manifestors.
Yes.
We're great
On
manifestors because
steroids. Yes.
yeah, because we move through our blocks. So we move through our blocks very quickly, and we know how to do that. So we can teach you guys to do that too. So the card for romance for this week is codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean like an addiction of a drug or alcohol. It could be, but
Mm.
codependency is really because it's having to have a need for another person. Like you need another person. So whether you're in a relationship right now, take a look at that. Would you be okay if you're on your own?
Mhm.
Or do you feel like there's a need to have this person in your life?
Mhm.
Um, yes, we want people in our life. There's a huge difference when you feel like you need someone, or you can't live, or you can't function, or you can't whatever. It's part of your life lesson to learn how to love yourself and be independent. So
Mhm.
start looking at ways in your relationships. You know what? Am I independent? Am I thinking independently? Because when you are strong, when you are confident, that's when the other person compliments you. Those of you who are single out there, take a look at that. Are you okay being single? Do you love yourself? Are you okay being alone with yourself? Because that's going to be significant too. Because if not, when you do pull someone in, you don't want to pull someone in who's going to also have that need to have someone. That usually doesn't work, because you two are feeding off of each other and putting a mirror off of each other. So just take a look in terms of how you are in the relationships. Again, if you're in a current one, you know, how are you, I hate to use the word needy, but it may be, you know, but I guess maybe that's the word. That's the word
Yeah.
that's popping up.
Yeah.
So are you okay in your own skin? If you're not, how can you get there?
Yeah.
So that's where you need to be. So go ahead, Twink.
That was so good. So true. Um, very well said. And I did want to
Thank
say
you.
too, you know, I know you talked about the course. Our 8-week course, every week we have a different subject or topic that we're going to be discussing. And we talk about relationships, we talk about intuition, and we're going to be extending the intuition section too. And we're keeping it really affordable. We're not going to keep it at this price going forward. It's $88 for the full 7 weeks or 8 weeks, $88 for the whole program. So I just want to make sure everybody knew that too. And you can do it at your own pace. So I'm going to pull a card from the energy deck. This is Energy Oracle. Okay, so for everybody's highest and greatest good for this week.
Yay.
Everybody's highest and greatest good for this week. Caring connections.
Yay.
So the codependency and then caring connections. So
That
be
interesting.
aware. I know, isn't it? So just be aware of, you know, where is that happening in your life? And are you having some type of codependency with somebody? But it's also bringing forward too, this could be, it doesn't have to necessarily be romantic. It could be partnership or a friendship, you know, somebody that you do want to have a caring connection with, somebody that you do want to be bringing in a romantic relationship with. What does that feel like? And get into the, because for me, when I pull cards, I'll look at them and feel the energy of them too. So, and I know you do the same thing, Tink. We may interpret them differently. And that when you're doing card readings, when anybody's doing a card reading, you'll interpret and you'll see things that pop out to you. For me, this feels like getting into the feeling and the energy of what it is that you want to bring into your life. And to me, this feels very much like a spring card also. I mean, she's got flowers.
Flowers.
Yeah. And it's too somebody who's like behind you, somebody who's got your back, somebody who's supporting you, somebody who's there for you, somebody who is, you're going to be able to share a really good relationship with, somebody that you have a very important connection with. This isn't just a person that you're going to meet. I feel is like a commitment type of a relationship, somebody that you want to spend time with. And that's what it feels like energetically. Somebody's coming forward for you.
You
That's
froze. Either you're frozen or I'm frozen.
Yeah. So can you hear me, Tink?
Now I can. I couldn't hear you for a minute. You completely froze.
I
heard. What's that?
No, I know, that's so funny. It might have still gone through because it might be recording, but I'll say that again too, is because we have readings coming up. That's why.
I know.
So to me, it's like, what is it that you want to bring in? You want to get into the feeling of that relationship. If you're looking for a partner, or even in your current relationship, you want somebody who's going to be there for you, somebody who's got your back. And if that isn't your current relationship, how do you get there? Or to me, this is the energy of somebody coming in as well. This is saying somebody's coming forward, that you need to be in a relationship with somebody who has your back. You need to be in a relationship with somebody that's going to be supportive of you and loving of you and caring about you and helping you and being there long term. So go ahead, Tinkerbell.
I love it. That's perfect, honey. Goes right in alignment with the codependency, to making sure that when you're pulling someone in, that you're going to pull in someone who's going to complement you.
Yes.
And who is the same as you, of able to still be independent. Mm-hmm. And you guys are complementing each other instead of needing each other.
Yeah, correct. Yep. You can stand on your own and the person can stand on their own. Absolutely. Correct. And you don't have to have that person, but again, I like the word, the complement each other. You complement each other. All right. I know we need to get going here. So pull another card and then I'm going to
more. Abundance.
Go ahead.
All right, everyone, for the week, let's see what's coming up for the week. The energy relating to money and finances. All right. What does everyone need to know this? Okay. There we go. Spirit. I love it. This is us. Look at how she's thinking. Unlimited ideas. Can you see that?
That's us. Oh my gosh.
We definitely don't have a lack of ideas. I tell you, we need more resources to be able to pull all of our ideas and everything we need to get done. Your mind is one with God's infinite mind. Therefore, you have complete access to unlimited ideas, guaranteed to bring blessings. All you need to do is to take divinely guided action to allow those ideas to come true to fruition. So those ideas that are thinking in your head, start taking action steps. Start taking, even if they're small steps, start taking steps towards what you want. What is it? Do you want to write a book? Do you want to start a new business? Do you want to start reading cards? We'll be teaching you how to do that in our course. Do you want to learn how to connect with loved ones on the other side? We'll also be teaching you in our 8-week course coming up in April as well. And we're actually going to focus on 2 weeks dedicated just for that, for those of you who want to learn how to do this for yourself. You don't necessarily have to do it for a living, but maybe you want to connect with yourself for guidance, to be able to know which way to go in life and not feel like, oh, I have to call someone or I have to do this. You'll automatically know just by developing your gifts. So it's basically those thoughts that you have in motion, whether it's wanting to paint, whether it's wanting to draw, whether it's wanting to garden or redo a room, whatever it is, just take small steps and to start doing that. Go ahead, Twink.
Yes, that was so good. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card from Talking to Heaven deck. So this is going to be, I know, a message from your loved ones that are on the other side. So it could be somebody that's passed, or it could be your spirit guides, or it could be your angels as well. But I feel like too, with our course, this coming up one too, I want to focus a little bit more on messages from spirit, from loved ones.
Yeah.
And really delve into that. Okay, so this is the one. So the message for this week from your loved ones on the other side too, it's an apology. I am sorry, please forgive me. So there may be something that your loved one, or that a loved one on the other side needs to apologize for, and is bringing that message forward for you now, because they may not have said it when they were here and you needed that from them or wanted that from them. It could also be too that you are feeling that, or you wanted to say you were sorry to a loved one, or you didn't get to, because what they're saying to me and what I'm hearing is, I feel like somebody didn't get to connect or saying what they wanted to, like messages to their loved one as well. So when you are thinking thoughts about a loved one that's passed, or when you want to connect with them, they will hear you. They hear your thoughts, and they're always trying to bring forward signs for you. And this is one of them. This is a way, because I don't very rarely, I think, even use this deck. So it's interesting that they wanted me to pull a card from this deck today. So they're bringing that forward as a message to you, but also to let you know that they can hear you and that you can connect with them too. And if there is something that you wanted to say that you didn't get to say, trust and know that they do hear you when you are talking to them, even if it's in your head. If you feel like you want to write down a note or write a message, please go ahead and do that, because they will see that, they will hear that, they'll let you know. And then also, okay, thank you, because they're bringing forward too with the hands. So there is a connection with the hands, and that may be where you were holding their hands. And again, you may have felt like they didn't hear you, but that's just their way of acknowledging that they did. And they're also bringing forward like your angels and your guides, because I almost feel like there's this feeling like you're not being heard. I keep feeling like you're not being heard. So you may be asking for something and asking your angels for help and asking, the universe, or your loved ones, please help me with this or do this. And you feel like nobody's hearing you, or you're not making any movement. There is going to be movement and some shifts that are going to be coming up. And I don't feel it will be this week, but I'm feeling going forward, like there's a lot of momentum and a lot of energy coming up in the next few weeks, where you're really going to start to see some of these things shifting that have been stuck for quite a while. So they're showing me that too, that energy will start to become clearer. They said things will start to become clearer, and that it's okay for you to be frustrated. and for you to feel like they're not hearing you, but they're saying that they are hearing you, and they are bringing forward messages, and they're going to try to make it so that you're noticing it. They're going to bring forward some things that are going to be very clear, where you're really going to notice that it is your loved ones and your angels. So you're not going to be having that, is this the answer? It's going to become very clear, is what they're saying. So that could come through in a dream, or it could come through in another way, but pay attention to that and be open to those messages too. Go ahead, Tink.
That was beautiful. I love that. That was perfect.
I love it.
The only thing I was getting to add to that is I'm also feeling like there may be someone here who also needs to apologize to someone, or is thinking they want to apologize or reconcile with someone. And I got chills on that. And your loved ones on the other side are helping you with that too. So, because it's really more about you. So you're not holding that space of regret or space of guilt. It's like letting go and really being transparent and letting go of that ego of just, you know what, hey, I offended you, I'm sorry. Or, you know what, I'm sorry for, you know what, anything I might have done. And don't look for, when you apologize or when that happens, don't have an expectation of the other person's reaction. Don't look for, I'm sorry too. It really has to come from the heart. And because really this is about you. It's not about the other person. So that'd be the only thing.
That was so good. Yes, absolutely. 100%. That was so good. Loved it. Thank you.
All right. I think we're done for the energy for this week, ending March, or starting, I should say, March. Well, this was really yesterday, March 21st, but the spring equinox, everybody, or equinox, but get out there, start doing your spring cleaning, not just physically, but in here too. What do you need? What kind of junk do you need to get rid of? What kind of resentment, anger, to let it go so you can bring in some really good stuff.
Yeah. And join us on our Facebook Live on April 1st at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be doing free readings on Facebook Live. So if you should be on our Michigan Medium Angels page, that's where we're going to be doing our free readings for Facebook Live. And then our 8-week program starts on April 12th. And that is posted on our page as well. So you can sign up for that. Make sure you do.
So excited.
Fun. Yeah.
All right, everyone. So everyone have a magical day and night filled with peace, love, and light.